When it comes to workout design, one of the elements that factor in is what level of fitness are you at? I'm going to assume you're a beginner today. And for a beginner's workout, what I recommend you start with are a series of mini circuits. For example, let's say we do 3 different exercises. One for the chest, one for the back, and one for the legs. And as far as selection of your exercises, let's pick compound movements. A compound movement is a movement that has movement at 2 or more joints. It's not an isolated movement. The idea for a beginner in a fitness program is to get you conditioned. And we're going to get you more condition if we're working more muscles. If we're moving more joints, we're working more muscles. So my first selection at first circuit would be do a bench press, something pushing. You can do a bench press with a barbell, with a machine, with a dumbbell. You have 3 choices there, or even push-ups. It's the same angle. Now the opposite of this angle would be a pull movement. You could do a low row with a cable. You could do a bent row with a barbell or a dumbbell. And then from there, go into a squat exercise, going up and down. If you want to do them on a chair, make sure the chair doesn't have any wheels. Okay, if you want to go down to a bench, that's okay too. Make sure the depth of your movement doesn't cause irritation on your knees. Make sure your motion is symmetrical and perfect. So that's one circuit. Okay, and on that first circuit, what I recommend you do is a light weight and higher repetitions, 15 to 25 repetitions, and then after that, maybe increase the weight or gradually bring in easy intensity enhancers, okay? And on that second set, if you increase the weight, bring your repetitions down around 8 to 12 repetitions. And as you get more conditioned, you might want to go through that first circuit 3 times. Maybe not if you're just getting started. You might want to jump down to another circuit. And on the other circuit, what you want to do is you want to select different angles. See, exercise is a game of angles. See, if you do a bench press on one circuit with a barbell and then dumbbells on the next circuit, what did you just do? You did what's called a copycat angle. Mix it up. How about we do an incline press or a shoulder press, something in this plane, and then we hit the backside with a back pull down of some sort. And then maybe throw in an abdominal exercise, an ab curl up or a leg raise. So now you got 3 exercises for the upper chest, for the lats in a different angle, and for the abdominal muscles. So you got 2 circuits and the same concept there. Lightweight, higher repetitions the first time through. Second time through, maybe add some resistance. You might not have to add any resistance because you're going to be somewhat tired. And you're going from one exercise to the next to the next. You don't have to rest too long because you're working different muscles. But you always want to make sure you're not out of breath. If you're out of breath, you're in failure with one of the systems in your body. So catch your breath and then continue on into that next exercise. And from there, you can do as many as 3 circuits on that. And if you want, you can add a 3rd circuit. Maybe do an exercise for the biceps, for the triceps. Throw in an exercise for the low back with that same kind of concept. 3 sets, working up to that point. Now, how long should you stay in that kind of program? 3 months max. I really think you need to revamp your program every 3 months, otherwise your body's going to adapt and it's no longer going to be a shock. So switch it up, get onto a whole different program. How many times a week should you do a program like this? I'd say 3 times a week is enough. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't have enough time for something like that, well then do it twice a week. Recent studies suggest that performing resistive exercise 2 times a week is 80% as good as performing it 3 times a week. So if you got an excuse coming at you saying, oh, I can't do 3 times, so I can't do it, you're wrong. Do it twice a week. But do it. Get going on some kind of exercise program. Full body workout. It's a great workout for beginners. Okay, our exercise spotlight today is the lower abs. It's a problem area for a lot of people, and I think part of the reason is they don't work it. Ann's going to help me out today. Ann, go ahead and lay back. And we're going to grab onto this. When you first start training your lower abs, I think it's okay that you use the hip flexors a little bit, but realize this. The lower abs do not lift the legs. The hip flexors lift the legs. The hip flexors are made up of the iliacus and iliopsoas muscle, muscles that actually lift the leg. The rectus abdominis functions in 2 elements, coming forward and then bringing the pelvis up and rocking the pelvis. And most of the exercises we do, we just hit the upper abs So what we need to do is we need to target on that lower ab area. And if you would, bring your legs up. And this is our starting position. We're going to keep the knees bent a little bit, and we're going to go back, and we're going to rock that pelvis off the bench. That's great. Let's do about 7 of those. That's fantastic. And now bring the legs back down and just rest. There you go. You can put them right there. Now once again, that uses the hip flexors pretty much. How much? 70, 80, 90% of it's really hip flexors. So how do we isolate the rectus abdominis a little bit more, especially the ones in that lower area? Well, again, you want to rock the pelvis, but one of the other things we're going to do, we're going to bring the legs and put them apart. So Ann, bring the legs up again, and we're going to hold this ball. She's going to hold the ball, okay? And now Ann's going to bring it up again, and down slow. Is that a little harder?
Yes.
She said yes. That's great. How about 300 more? How about 3 more? Outstanding. Now I got the ball. And go ahead and stand up now. Part of the problem when people exercise is they want to be comfortable with their workout. Oh, I love my workout. It's comfortable. Working out shouldn't be comfortable. You got to challenge yourself. Okay, so when it gets easy, you got to find a way to make it more challenging. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this up on an incline. And I think that's good. And go ahead and sit and lay back. There you go. And can you grab the bar here? You okay?
Yep.
And grab the ball again. You got the ball? Okay. And once again, coming up, now we got more resistance. And that's a little bit harder. She's working a little bit more. That's good. Outstanding. And what if now, slow down on the way down, Ann. Slower on the way down. Now bring it up and bring it down slow. Work that eccentric element of the lift. Ow! And down. And you can scream. It's okay. Ow! That's a good ow. I got you. Good. Come on up. There you go. And where do we go from here? We go a little tougher. Now that was an incline, and that was tough. We started out flat, and as we increased, did it get a little tougher? Yes, it did. So now we're going to go into an advanced level of that pelvic lift, where we're actually going to hang from here, from these straps. And the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the bar up in front so you can pivot on that bar, and that'll kind of help you. Because otherwise what happens, you're going to be swinging all over the place, and that's not what we want to do. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to slip this through here. And Ann, I'm going to help you here, like any good personal trainer would. Let's step up there. Okay. And we're going to slip your arms through there. Looks like a torture chamber, doesn't it? This guy's crazy. And we're going to lean back. Okay, now as you get in there, I want you to hang down a little bit. Good. So your back is going to pivot against that bar. Okay? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to help her get her legs up, because that's going to be hard. And then she's going to work on the negative. And we'll keep the feet just a little bit apart, okay? And I'm going to stand right here, Ann. You ready? Bring them up. Okay. And let's go. Up and down slow. 1. Up and down slow. Up and down slow. Up and down slow. Up. And feet on the bench. Good. That was great. Okay. Hey, that was greater intensity. Intensity, good. Okay, now obviously as you get more intense, the risk is greater too, so you got to be careful. Now Ann's been working out for a while, so if we don't continue to kick up the intensity, she's not going to progress. Was that a little bit more intense?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Hey, lower abs. Work them, otherwise it's going to be a problem area.